Hello, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Tuesday. We're still living on Earth, but we're still going live. And now, today, we are, as usual, as every Tuesday, we're going to speak about NFT. And today is how it looks like NFT talks. And our guests today are the well-known hosts of dTV channel, Rico Pang. Nice to meet you again, Rico. Very happy, really miss you. 2 weeks in a row we don't see each other. Fernando Martino, my pleasure to have you. This person makes the great company, I know, creates great company. It goes to be a unicorn, the same name has. Alexei Mikheyev, my friend. Alexei Mikheyev, please, I don't know, shake us the hand and say hello to us. Turn on your camera. And Kirill Mishanin, he is on a hot place now in Dubai. Unfortunately, we do not up there, but it's going to be happen very soon on AIBC Summit on the 25th and 26th of May. Looks like the history also happening up there. But today we have to start with NFTs. And guys, I would like to start the conversation from all of you. First of all, just let us know what interesting happens over the globe. I'm talking about NFT, I don't know, as part of it. And then we can go start conversation on, I can listen or you can share your ideas about what do you do in your companies or what's something interesting already get happened. Rico, I see your mic is turned on already. Go ahead, please.
Hi everyone, Rico Pang from Sanctum. I think recently we have been looking at a very exciting role in the NFT space and the DeFi space. I'm sure Fernando and Kieran and the rest can update you more about it. I think we're more excited about the pump of some coins lately. It went up to a price that we never thought it would be, and people start making transaction with Dogecoin already. And I'm very excited about it. But back to the NFT side of things, we will be having a lot of new projects coming up, especially in the next couple of weeks. And I think we'll share more about the NFTs when we are all in Dubai in, I think, 3 weeks time from now. 3 weeks, 26, I think.
3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, our NFT panel where Dunstan will be joining us. Finally, he couldn't make it today. He's so busy. But yeah, I think that's all for me now.
Cool. You know, Fernando, share with us your thoughts, because you know I want to mention something. This week, just 2 or 3 days ago, something happened with Ethereum, and somehow, I don't know how, maybe some magic happened. The gas prices extremely reduced from 500, I don't know, Gwei to 25, and it's happened in front of my eyes. I really get surprised. I don't know, does it, how I'd say, does it somehow concerns to the NFT market or not? But looks like all the markets say, whew, now I do not have to pay so much for designing something, or for paying for being in DeFi, or paying for make some kind of liquidity, or paying for just create some NFT tokens. Fernando, your turn. And Rico, looks like Dunstan is with us. Cool.
Oh my God, he's in his spaceship.
He made it.
Hey, bro, where you going to tonight? You're muted.
Dunstan, your mic has muted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm stuck in a quarantine. We'll be out on the 9th, but I heard that Singapore is gonna extend quarantine. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
No, I want to see you in Dubai, dude. I'll kill you.
Yeah, I know, man. Unless somebody like, you know, go and threaten my prime minister or something, I'm not sure what's gonna happen, man.
Get out of there quickly, you know. Go to Rico. Go to Rico's and stay with him and fly.
No, his country is worse, man.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to come to Malaysia.
out.
Malaysia is terrible. It's a shithole now. So don't come over. Yeah.
Yeah, get out of Singapore before they close it. That's my advice.
Yeah, but I'm in quarantine now. I'm like stuck in a stupid hotel room, man.
Oh.
Another week before you can get out from the hotel.
Yeah. So to your point, Sergey. So you ask about Ethereum first of all before we dive into NFT and all of that, and I'm sure Dunstan has his views as well. But He has actually quite good views usually on that, but you just need to look back at last week, the $5 billion dollars minted by USDC. Okay, the largest USDC minting. You can probably guess where all of that went, right? I mean, if you're gonna start to, I didn't actually dive too much into it, but I don't think not much change on Ethereum to make it the gas fees to go low. Okay, phase 2 hasn't gone live yet. Yeah, from version 2, if that's ever even gonna go live, you know, like people are, well, we think that it's going to go live in June. I don't know anymore, you know, it might go, but my personal opinion, and usually Dunstan does quite a good analysis, but I don't know if he had time to do this, but the gas fees, they're probably low because there's not many people doing anything. If there's someone who has 5 billion to pump Ethereum, he's gonna pump slowly, you know. Is only if everybody gets on the bandwagon, you know, then the gas fees were gonna be really high. Yeah. So I'm not sure, you know, if anything really changed. Yeah. I'm just thinking that the gas fees being low at the moment has nothing to do with the Ethereum V2. So I don't know why they are low, but the only thing that I can think about is that there's not much else going on apart from someone actually pumping Ethereum. Yeah, not only 5 billion, there was 500 million. I mean, you look at USDT that was minted as well, you know, but the big thing was with USDC last week. Yeah, that was, I think, was about 5 billion, you know. So I am not surprised that Ethereum got pumped that much, you know. It was bound to happen, but I always say this, you know, and I heard Dustin telling it several times, when Ethereum falls, it really hurts big time, you know, big time, you know. So I don't know, watch out. But who knows what's behind the scenes, you know? You know, it could be Elon playing up, you know, putting more billions into Ethereum now, you know, Dogecoin as well. We know it just pumped up big time. So there's nothing more I can say about this, you know. The rest is just trying to guess a lot. Yeah. In terms of NFTs, it's good. It's good if the gas fees are low, because it's unsustainable for anyone who wants to use the Ethereum, yeah, as part of their NFT solution. It's not good, put it this way, you know, because not all NFTs are tradable at, you know, thousands of pounds. You know, if you're gonna spend $50 to buy an NFT for $2 or $3, I mean, it's a bit insane, you know. So things have to change. Yeah.
Okay, let's listen to the Dunstan. Dunstan, looks like you have a little bit more information than us. Turn on your mic.
Like what question would you like me
to answer? Is the following: something happens with the Ethereum platform, and we have to know what's really happens if you have the information.
Okay.
Where do we go? Yeah.
Okay, so if you take a look at Ethereum, right, the biggest influence will be the original founding team of Ethereum, including Anthony, Vitalik, and the rest of them, and also the miners. Now, Vitalik is a very strong, opinionated character. He wants things done a certain way. But if I were a miner, for example, I would want the gas fees to be high. I mean, economically, it's just gonna benefit me, right? And the current Ethereum network is supported heavily by the processing powers of the miners itself. So that's a very important pull factor, where you know, it's very difficult for the Ethereum Foundation to shift or even try to shift to proof of stake, because if I were a miner and I've invested like hundreds of millions of dollars into my network, right, why would I want it why would I want my profit to go away? It doesn't make sense for me. And plus the fact, right, when the network is congested, it's actually good for a miner. I mean, it's like fucking money, free money from like from the heavens, right? Yeah. So yeah, but yet is extremely. So this is the next part, the push factor. But yet the community, right? They also need to understand that Ethereum is only valuable when people want to build shit on Ethereum, when people want to use their smart contracts, when people want to put their assets, their digital assets on it. But miners don't even think like that. So, and the Ethereum Foundation also don't think like that. They want to do things their own way. But yet, as retail users, as investors, there are people who want to mint NFTs and buy NFTs and so on, right? It's a pain in the ass. So guess who benefits from this in the end? We all jump to a layer two like Matic, for instance. And then fuck Ethereum and the gas fees, man.
Guys,
Because
what I feel.
Yep.
Yeah, Dustin. What I feel, so many projects, I'm talking about DeFi projects, NFTs as well, they are, I'd say, migrating or looking for in parallel Binance Smart Chain. That's why BNB just 2 weeks ago pumped up over $20 in once, and it's happened. And something, yes, have to do the Binance with it. But now, from nowhere, really from nowhere, it's going to be around 500 quays for one transaction, and it's dropped down to 25. But I want to show you something very interesting I didn't see before, guys. Really, it's really get embarrassed me. What's this? You see the methods: transfer, swap, transfer, approve, transfer, withdraw. I saw here ZBridge. What's this? Looks like someone tricks it, knows for which and where each and every transaction goes. Looks like this: exit from where to where. I don't know. Really, approve. I see deposit. Really, you see it's deposit. No one knows even when doing transaction. I do not understand this deposit. It's just for holding. It's happened on Etherscan, and it's happened just yesterday. I saw, wow, how here you can distinguish the transaction between each other. Yes, when you are, for example, putting your money on one of the exchanges, it's okay. Yes, all of them are listed. It's Binance exchange hold address, is OKX or something else. But how do you understand it's approved for something, it's withdraw from somewhere? I really get excited. If you have some kind of idea, just share with me, because it looks like it's traction. It's completely traction.
Yeah, so what is happening is actually Etherscan has improved their services. It's no longer just showing transactions as in an approved transaction, a transferred transaction. It's also classifying what some of these transactions are based on the smart contracts. So this is actually, I mean, like individually, right, the old guards, we know how to see this, but now Etherscan has improved their services that, with all these wordings and so on, it kind of makes it a lot easier for a retail person to have a rough idea of what's going on within the network itself. So this is actually a cool function. Yeah, it used to be private to us, but yeah.
Looks like, yes, we have to live in some kind of a little bit anonymity, and a little bit disclosure world. If you want to disclosure us, it's okay, no problem. But if I do not even say someone just do something, yes, atomic match, what does it mean? Exchange, yes, okay, sweep, I don't know, I don't understand even this word. So many things comes up here. That's why for me it's really some kind, you can do analysis, what kind of transaction, what's going to be in whole the ecosystem, which goes to DeFi, which goes to NFT, which goes to exchange, which goes to hold, which goes to withdraw, all that stuff.
Yeah, so this is actually classification of a different sort of smart contracts.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's actually not tough to do this sort of tracking if you know how the smart contracts actually look like for all sort of individual sort of transactions that are happening. Like you see like swap tokens, execute signatures, all these are basic formats of different smart contracts.
Okay, now I got it. Yes,
Yeah.
it's based on the code of the smart contracts, and it's how
Yes.
and it's based on our reliability.
It helps a lot if you're doing
Yeah.
some really cool big data analysis, you know. So I don't know if you guys saw last week or 2 weeks ago that Google is enabled their BigQuery platform, to actually be pointed at some of these networks, at Ethereum networks. So it's a lot easier to digest the data, and if you know what you're doing, the improper analysis, you know, really fast at big time. So this is a cue for people who like big data platforms like BigQuery, from Google. I'm a fan because I worked with the Jukan, which was the guy who created that Google in 2011. I put a team working on them with improving some of the queries when my past life, you know. Anyway, shall we talk about NFT, Sergey?
Yeah. Please share your
Dunstan, before we move on, Dunstan, why do you think that the Ethereum transaction fees were so low when Ethereum was pumping up? Because I was referring that probably there was only one or two pumping up Ethereum. There was not much going on in the rest of the network, right?
I mean, all you need to see for why the fees are low is because there was very little transactions compared to normally that's happening on Ethereum. So like the miners would have no reason to push up the cost of gas. Yeah, so it is because many of these transactions are moving on to Binance Smart Chain, moving on to Solana. Some of them are moving to Algorand and so on. But there is a big problem when these things are happen, especially for Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah.
Most of the validators are owned more or less internally, in a sense.
And that's not good, right?
Of course. I mean, it could be like waiting for a gigantic rug pull, similar to when, you know, the Turkey exchange owner just recently last week decided to exit Turkey and go to Dubai.
Run away, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's in Dubai now, but yeah.
That was always my concern, is with all of these layer twos, people start to move, and like, it's bad, man, you know. And that's because Ethereum was always, I tell it as it is, you know, shit, you know. Simple as that. The network is old, it should have been straight away in 2016 changed, you know, but things take time, you know. I understand, yeah. But
guys, yeah,
GoChain, for example. Sorry, let me just say this. GoChain is another one. I mean, people can use GoChain tomorrow, right? Because it's compatible. Literally, you just point even your Ether My Wallet, whatever it's called, point at the network, you know, RPC dot whatever, you know, and that's it. Smart contracts compatible. There's so many options out there, and people just focus really on Ethereum, which is not good at the moment, because what Dunstan said is scary, you know. People moving to layer 2, and one of these guys runs away. Imagine, you know, at the moment the market cap of Matic is not that big, but it's potentially going to increase. That guy running away when a lot of people starting to move their solutions to layer 2, it could be a big problem, you know. Sorry, Alexei, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Yes, Alexei, you if you want to say something, yes, go ahead. I see that George also collects to us. George, say hello to you. Turn on your camera.
Yeah, hello guys. So, like you, I also moved to Binance Smart Chain because the cost of the transactions is much lower. But what happened with Ethereum that has risen 10% during the last 24 hours? That's tremendous growth. As you maybe have read, European Investment Bank issued 100 million digital notes using Ethereum platform. And because of the joint managers for that loan was Goldman Sachs, Banco Santander SA, and Societe Generale. So these very famous brands influenced the attitude of common investors towards Ethereum on the whole. And that was the first time when Ethereum has risen more than $3,000 per one Ethereum. So based on that event, I think that was explained the growth of the price. That's obvious. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for your opinion. George, come up with us. Turn on your video. Just say hello. Looks like George is busy, Kirill. Looks like, yes, everything is good happening, not so hot up there. Your condition is on, and you're in the best condition with us.
Yes, hello guys. It's really glad to see you. So regarding the NFT questions, here in Dubai is really a boom time. There are a lot of events here, like NFT cruise or any other event. And
because of so many Russians up there. That's why so many events happening. Every Russian, when they go to each and every country, create events. Believe me, it's happening everywhere.
Yes, but actually the good stuff that not only Russian build it, it's built by US guys, by Puerto Rico guys, or whatever. So the cool stuff, for example, there are a group of artists here in Dubai from Arabic, and they build different NFT art. For example, I met with some Arabic lady. She make a voice art. So she said Dubai, and the voice sound captured as an NFT card. And you could click it on Rarible or wherever, and it will be say Dubai. And she paint each symbol with Dubai monuments. This is some cool stuff that artists will have for their collections, and they buy it for $10K or more or less. And the other cool stuff which happened here in Dubai, I met with different company who are engaged in sports, and they already authorized top sport association like box club, tennis, football, and they already approved some top players to have a unique NFT for fan base. This is exactly what happened in sport industry. And the guys who will be the first, they will capture the market. Just imagine your favorite footballer send you NFT card, and if you have it, you have discount for his online view or some bonuses or VIP signature or whatever. So it's huge market, and sports association top one. For example, I talk with guys who manage F1 here in Dubai. I talk with Red Bull team. They already searching for NFT solution.
Okay, cool. You know, I have heard that voice. Just I'm going to try it out. George, your turn. Turn on your camera. Yes, you are very welcome on our show.
You know, I turned it on and off before, so that's why.
Okay.
So
cool.
it's a pleasure to be here. Nice to see you guys.
George, what's happening on your side? Looks like you're not in Dubai now, but what's your thoughts about market of NFTs, and maybe your thoughts what's happening with Ethereum? Maybe you have your humble opinion what's happening with that interesting asset, and the transaction fees go down extremely.
Well, actually, there's two things. One is first, NFTs continues to be a hot market, but I think the technology needs to mature a little bit more in terms of marketplace, in terms of NFT minting, and in terms of transaction costs. In terms of Ethereum, although the price of Ethereum has gone substantially up, the transactions costs in some areas have gone actually down, not up, but obviously because the amount of use cases has risen dramatically, that is primarily one of the reasons of the interest in Ethereum. The other thing that is quite interesting about Ethereum is there is a number of forks that have launched because of the long delays in moving from Ethereum 1.0 to 2.0, and secondly, because of the moving from proof of work to proof of stake, to give opportunity for the miners to actually continue to earn a fair revenue for the investment that they have made into the hardware. So it really means that we're living in quite interesting times, given the changes that are happening. Even more strange or more I mean, I don't want to use the word impressive. When you have a coin that is made as a joke and it becomes number 5th coin, I think there's something a little bit wrong with the market, the way we see it, especially since the coin has no particular usage other than maybe tipping waiters or something like this, but it has no real valid use. And people have actually created even worse coins. Interestingly enough, there was a coin by which the name is called Scam. So the guy actually named called this coin Scam. So just to be obvious. And even this coin rise above 10, 15 million and then down to 5 million. I mean, if people are going to put 5 million on something that is actually called Scam, and the guy kind of made the point of calling the coin this. So I think we have serious issues that we need to solve in terms of education and awareness.
You know, George, it's not happened for the first time. I have heard these stories maybe 2 or 3 times already. This started in 2017, even 2018. So many companies, some called shit or some kind of bullshit or another scam or scam coin, or I even heard, looks like there is so many, how I'd say, easy money, and people do not have any kind of idea where to put it. Oh, it's good idea, it's good scam, just, I don't know, throw your money up there. I don't feel so, because when you are going to the investors, just another pictures come up. You know, so many investors would like to know when you or where or how you're going to spend the money, how you're going to earn the money back, where is the profit, where is the lose, where is the risks, all that stuff. But it looks like not so huge money. It looks like maybe $100 or $200, or I don't know, maximum 5,000. I don't know who ready to put his money just for scam and just throw it out, maybe for some expectation or some hype. But you know what I feel? So many people being engaged in NFT market, they are trying to directly, I'd say, to directly sell themselves, their image, their creativity, their presence, their networking, or some. What do you think about that? Does that market has a chances to be somehow valuable? Because how I see 2 platforms, OpenSea and Rarible, are now their hype or their presence on market as NFT market creators just goes down, because market really get fooled or get fooled of that new kind of creators, new kind of designers, new kind of painters or musicians. Now so many people I see, they are going to create music from nothing. It's just for silence and that's it, or just one tone, and it's called NFT. Guys, this world goes crazy, or we are just looking ourselves to create something valuable to others? I really wonder to know, what do you think about that?
Well, the thing that I'd like to make very important as a notice, first, NFT is a technology. And because NFT is a technology, it actually has nothing to do with art as a technology.
It's just an instrument, yes?
Just artists picked up on NFT as a way to publish and to recognize access to their art directly without any intermediaries. However, NFT as a technology has got hundreds of other use cases that have nothing to do with art. So I think it's important that we distinguish art, NFT, and even in art, we have so many categories: music, image, 3D, and so on, versus NFTs for other purposes, whether it happens to be identification of valuable goods, or authentication, or identity management, or even identity of luxury goods, all of which are completely different use cases. So when you use the word NFT by itself, I think it's like too vague of a term to kind of try to lump all of these under the same umbrella. Now, the fact that maybe 1, 2, or even let's say 10 or 20 NFTs have made a lot of noise and have made a lot of market appeal or sensationalism, either by burning a painting or by doing some other activity that was out of the ordinary, there's not really the kind of daily activity that is going to happen in this market. This is one of, now if we start burning all the paintings that exist and turning them into NFTs, I don't think this is what was meant with its primary usage. So that means, yes, it's good to make noise and to get visibility, but this is not, you can say, a recurring use case.
Cool. I want to share something with you guys. I want to show you that I am personally now have NFT, my own NFT passport, and it's the thing I can value for myself personally. Look, here it is. Here is my personal passport. It's based on NFT. Yes, it creates on OpenSea platform. My name, surname, the QR code. You can scan it, see all information about myself. But it's no needed to bring some piece of paper with me everywhere, take care about that. Oh, is it with me? Is it corrected? Is it legal on this country or illegal on another one? Am I get visa here or no? If you want to do something, just scan this QR code, go ahead and see what you can do for me, because all information gets stored. And this idea, we're going to spread over 100 days over all the United States. I'm talking about, yes, I'm talking about starting from the California and end up on the New York City, and just tell people how they can just ensure about the self-sovereign identity, because now our identity is going to be created by governments. We live, for example, in Ukraine does for us, in Armenia does in Russia in Dubai, and we have to have that so many IDs just for us personally. This is an idea which can be created by ourselves and say, look, this is real mine. This is how I feel it, how it gonna be looks like for me personally. I would like to be as this. And these ideas, it's very simple to explain. And people say, why not? Why not just do one for me? And what do you think? Is it real value, or is just another kind of made by themselves something, and no one gonna care about it? Because, for example, I am as person, it's just mine. I am take care about that, and I am very concerned. What's the letters sign up? What's the information I'm gonna share with people? What do you think about that? Really, it's already happened.
This particular use case that you're referring to is only gonna get popularity if it is accepted by governments or recognized by governments. Any of us can take a picture of their passport, their ID, scan it, put it on some distributed storage platform and turn it into an NFT. That does not necessarily mean that is a recognized identity management system. Now, I do know that, for example, Dubai has already done not NFTs, but traditional blockchain, in which they take the identity of somebody who is coming to the country. So that means it's like the passport, basic information of that person and the photo. And if the person happens to lose his passport for whatever reason, they can use this blockchain identity to, for example, leave the country or so. So to some extent, the person as a replacement for the passport in 2 hours or 3 hours instead of days or weeks. So I do believe that if the governments are accepting a technology like this to serve as an identity management for a visitor into a country or a very popular tourist destination, as you know, tourists lose passports quite regularly because of whatever reasons. But the headaches it causes are quite major. So this kind of use case is very practical, simple to implement, but it has to be recognized by the government, by the immigration authorities to actually have any value or any real use case.
Okay, cool. George, I got your point. Rico, Fernando, Kirill, Alexei, just share your ideas, because how I feel, first of all, yes, we have to rely or to look on the government. Someone has to give us that pass or ability to pass something. But you know, if you want to come to my home personally, I am the man who open the door and say, hello, you are welcome or not. And when you are looking, I can say that passport. And if okay, I accept it, say, hello, you are one of the blockchainers. It's cool stuff. Come in, you are welcome. You know, it's happened on the human, on human relationship, not only all our relationship based on governments. I know, give us agreement, give us possibility or not. Rico, what do you think about that? Because now Dunstan stuck somewhere and can't even jump up from somewhere else, really, and has to rely. You know, guys, what I'm gonna do? You know, Dunstan, you know, you do not have to see someone. Am I have ability to move? You have two legs, just move, do it. Dunstan, yes, just I want to hear you. I know that it's real pain.
Well, I think the biggest thing that people need to understand is they have lost most of their sovereignty. Yeah. They have given their rights, they have given control over their lives to people who don't matter, who don't think about them, people who don't care, and people who don't, for lack of a better word, they don't give a flying fuck about them. Yeah, so, and the thing is this, Bitcoin was always about sovereignty, about us being able to transact and so on. Like I always like the idea where, you know, like groups of people, we choose to use our own tech. We choose to, you know, like even if it's our own like version of the passports, right? If there's enough adoption, which means enough people choose to use it, people, not governments, sooner or later, right? It's a choice. I mean, you want to join us, even if you don't like us, we want to do it this way. So how? There are always more people than governments around the world, than armed forces around the world. And this is something that we need to understand. And even more important is our sovereignty during this time, right, is extremely important. Correct. Like we are in the COVID situation. We have people. We have even people looking to help governments, large corporations, enslave other people that are around them. I mean, how fucking retarded do we need to be as a race to help people who want to enslave us do it?
Yes, just do it. Really, yeah. It's good word. Yes, Fernando.
Yes. So look, it's a natural progression from any government. Yeah, we're digitizing everything. Yeah, from the moment that we started to, well, I blame one guy. One of the guys to blame. It was the guy that created the iPhone user interface, right? So if you think, well, he created a total new world. And the world became more mobile. You know, you have your phone, you take it everywhere. From there onwards, it was all about data, mobile first strategy, big data strategies. So it's a natural progression, you know. Obviously, governments always want to have more control. I mean, it's been happening for centuries, right? There's nothing new. So the natural order is for our identity to be digitized. They will want to have control of that. You know, we spoke about this, I think, last week about how China is getting to that. And I've been speaking about this for years already at conferences, you know. So you're going to be a hash key on a DLT somewhere, you know, that's your identity. It's as simple as that. I mean, there's not even discussion about that. It's going to happen, you know. Now, the move to central bank digital currencies You guys heard about the Bank of England as well, getting on it big time now. It's going to help to accelerate all of that. So, is that an NFT? You don't need NFT to do that. Yeah, you just don't. Let's focus on what we're talking about here, because to be a unique identity on a blockchain, you just need any blockchain and a hash key. Okay, you don't need to start to dive into NFT this, NFT that, you know. And this is what, of course, you know, is it non-fungible? Well, then we get into the conversations what is fungible or not, and what is NFT, you know. And we discussed that as well last week. But remember, you know, an NFT is really it's a unit of data, yeah, stored in a digital format, right? That's all it is in a blockchain, obviously, you know. So when you're looking from that perspective, what you're going to get is something to certify that digital asset, whatever is that digital asset that you put in there. Yeah. Now, it can be an image, it could be, I don't know, photo, video, it could be music, digital files. Let's focus on that. You know, we can talk about what is fungible and non-fungible in the world and many other areas. Now, could you actually put identity in an NFT? Of course you can, but for what? I mean, are you going to interchange that? Because the purpose is, it is something that is unique and therefore not interchangeable. Yeah. So why are you actually getting that? Are you going to sell your identity to someone? Are you going to transfer it to someone? So why are you putting your identity in an NFT, in an image? I mean, I just don't get it. Yes, you can put all of that. You can put it in a DLT, not a problem at all. Yeah, you just get that hash key associated with you, and that's it. How your government, how whoever is going to show who you are in a digital image, like if you take a photo of your passport, you took a photo of your passport, that's a digital image of it. They're going to create something. They're going to create something that shows, yeah, this is the image of your identity, and there's a hash key behind it that is in a DLT somewhere. Now, do you need to go and call it non-fungible and start to look, hey, let's put all of these in, I don't know, ERC 721, yeah, for example? I mean, why? What for? Yeah. I mean, those are the questions that I'm asking to everyone, and I don't think people are really understanding really what we're trying to do with NFTs. Yeah. I mean, I say 721, it could be 11555, you know, that is the multi-token standard. And there's as well the other one that is composable. I can't remember, 99 something, yeah, which is one NFT could own another NFT, for example. Yeah, those are all the standards coming out and becoming more user-friendly as well, or usable, you know, put it that way. But we need to think very carefully, you know, how are we going to continue to say, hey, NFT this, NFT that? No, it's a digital file, yeah, represented by an image, a video, yeah, whatever, yeah, it has to be represented by an image, a video, sound, whatever, yeah. So that, for me, that's what I continue to call it, yeah. But obviously, though, people can call it whatever you want. You can put something that is unique and unique and interchangeable. You can put it on a blockchain, yeah, and any blockchain, yeah. You don't need to put it on ERC 721. So, sorry, not interchangeable. So I don't know what to say anymore, Kirill. We spoke about this last week. Yeah, I just think people are using the word NFT, or the way that we are classifying NFTs, the next big thing, revolution, and so on. For me, continue to be about collectibles, about art, about music, about all these unique digital files that somebody gives a value to it. Everything else, we can use any blockchain with a hash key to identify something. You know, simple.
Rico, maybe you want to add something, because how I listen to the Fernando, looks like we do not have the right the right way to point it out. We know just two standards, ERC20 and NFT. NFTs looks like much more better for us, yes, because it's unique one. If you can create another, yes, just say, Fernando, just tell us. You have to do it this way. You have to use this technology, and this is the right, I don't know, right point to execute your identity everywhere on earth, to know for everyone, but to not show to everyone, but to pick up, say, here it is my identity. And if you wanna, I say, if you wanna understand, is it true or not, you can refer to me. I can say, or I can sign, or I can tell that, yes, it's really mine. That's the point where we're looking for the right technology. Yes, it's called now for now NFTs, but it's not the right solution, because the excellence is coming up within so many testings, and one of them is NFT. Rico, what do you think about that?
I think in terms of digital identity, every country government is having a centralized storage about it. Unless, like what George mentioned earlier, you have the endorsement of the government to be connected to their database, then verify that as the official ID for the particular person, that makes sense. Otherwise, if we don't do it ourselves, via community driven, like what Duncan mentioned, we can do it, of course, but it has to get some adoption, a lot of education adoption. Yes, and we can start doing this sort of thing moving forward, but the value of using this technology is not cheap. So we should use it on something that has bringing more value by using this technology. Using on one of the ID, for example, your picture in March could be outdated after 2 years or 3 years when you grow some mustache or you grow fatter, but it's still you, but it's a different version of you. So does it make any difference? Probably not. And how do you use that? What value does it bring you? And this sort of value doesn't really add value to its images or its NFTs. That's exactly what Fernando was saying.
Thank you. Thank you, Rico.
The summary. I believe that if you use NFT into a real estate, if you use NFT into a digital asset that is, has a lot of value, or it will increase over time, then it makes sense to invest the technology and hire people like Fernando to architect this for you and build it for you, because there's a cost involved in issuing NFT, and the value has to increase over time. Otherwise, you are losing money as a business, or as even maintaining this database costs money nowadays. And especially in the digital identity, many of us are looking into the quantum computing, edge computing, and the AI in terms of facial recognition, gesture, micro gestures recognition, and all this facial recognition system. We are not there yet. We still need another 10 to 20 years before this technology can actually mature on a human recognition, image, and all these things. And the database is huge to store all these things. So I think it's still infant stage if you want to digitize identity. That's what I think.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Really get excited. Good thoughts, Rico. Alexei, maybe you want to add something?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, guys. Well, we're discussing now what time it will happen that different countries will recognize these NFT identity cards, and this miracle, what time it will happen. But you know what? It might be that some states, some offshore states, will not recognize that, but they will start their operations from issuing these identity cards on blockchain from the very beginning, from using the cryptocurrency. I think you've read about Seastadin.org, a Seastadin company. And by the way, this brilliant idea to build floating societies with political autonomy in the offshore waters, in the waters that are not under any legislation. And they will construct their own rules, their own legislation, their own policy. There will be quite different political items. And it might be that they will start using all these NFT identity cards, their own cryptocurrency from the very beginning. And if you haven't looked through, you can just go to cstudying.org website to read what they are currently doing. And it's maybe in several years, in 5 or 10 years, we'll have different offshore states with their NFT identity cards, blockchain cards, with their own cryptocurrencies, so on. That's just one of the ideas about what time we can see how different countries use this NFT rights that we are discussing right now with you.
Can I add to this, Sergey? So, Alexei, I think that's a old past technology. Yeah, it's old. You know, it's not present and it's not future. Why? If you've gone through Dubai today, you know, you just need to go the first time through passport control, and they'll scan your face in the camera, your fingerprints, okay? And then from then onwards, you don't need to go to passport control, okay? You just walk through. You already have facial recognition. Why? Because they took your biometrics already, okay? And those biometrics are stored on a blockchain. It doesn't have to be NFT. Yeah, it is stored on a blockchain.
I've been in Dubai several times, but yes, it's happened once on a passport control. But unfortunately, it happens twice, thrice, and every time when I go through somewhere. Unfortunately, it's not.
It's going to happen. But my point is, it's going to happen. It's happening now. Yes. Yeah, and it's going to happen more. That's the future. Okay. Almost in every country that you go now, modern country, they'll take your biometrics. Okay.
The same story in Moscow. You can go through the metro station, yes, just for scanning your face if you wish.
So that's what it is. And to secure it, to make sure that it's unique, that it's only attached to one person, can't be modified, blah, 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 goes into a blockchain. You don't need to put it on a non-fungible standard like ERC 721, yeah, or 1155, and so you just don't need to. Yeah, you just stick that information associated as a unique record with a hash key. This is the biometrics of that person. Yeah, and that's going to be the future. It's the present and the future. The thing about you actually showing some card that's saying, yeah, you are the unique person. I'm sorry, but even if you NFT that, I ask the question, why NFT that? It's just an image that you can create. You can put in on any blockchain. That's not the purpose for an NFT. Yeah, because what you say is it's the image, the photo is actually unique. No, it's not that is unique. You are the one that is unique, yeah? And you are identifiable by a series of things, biometrics, your face. Like Rico said, in 3 years' time, your face doesn't look the same. And then what? But believe me, you know, if your biometrics are taken, it will identify you in 3 years' time, you know? It will just will, you know? And your fingerprints are still the same, and so on and so on. So I think when we talk about identity, you know, and NFTs, let's be very careful. I continue to say this. We spoke about this last week. I think it's the wrong technology to use and to associate with NFTs. It's just, it isn't for that. Yeah, simple. My opinion.
Yeah, okay. But actually, we're talking with you about the same things. It's the technical issue, how they can identify the people during their different life periods. For example, the infant, the child, the grown-up, the old guy, their appearance differs greatly. And that's why non-fungible, indivisible tokens can help if they have one line, some digital issue about the guy that doesn't change during the whole life. And NFT is one of the technology that can be used for that.
No, you
But-
you can use any, but that's my point,
Any blockchain
Alexei.
technology.
Any blockchain can do it. So why are we
Yes,
calling it
any blockchain
NFT?
can do it,
Of
yeah.
course you can use an NFT technology for that, but
Sure.
why?
Mhm.
You know,
Well-
it's not the image that it is unique. You know, you are the one that it is unique. So if I create a digital art, a photo, or you know, I don't know, whatever, I paint something, whatever, then that's unique. Yeah. It's not the photo of something that represents you that is going to be unique. You are the one that is unique, your biometrics. And every 5 years, I'm sure some of these people that are putting I would do it that way. I would architect it that way if I was in charge of the Dubai system or whatever, is every 5 years, you go again through passport control. They take again your image, your photo. Yeah, you put again your fingerprints to make sure, and that's it. You know, every 5 years, like you have to renew your passport every 5 years. I mean, we have to think ahead, you know, and not what is possible, and trying to use technology to actually do something that is not built for. Yeah. So that's my point. Yeah, I've been saying this. You guys know this for a while. You know, we have to start to think about what ERC 721 and all the other non-fungible related standards that exist. Okay, the rest I agree with everything else. Yeah, could be represented as an image, could be on a blockchain, could help a lot, but I still think that is an old technology. You know, the future technology is really for identity is your biometrics, your face, your fingerprints. That's it, nothing else. George knows probably a lot more about this technology than I do, right, George?
Actually, one thing that is important to note, the usage of biometrics for identity management predates blockchain. So the two are mutually exclusive. So that means we can use biometrics at all without using blockchain. Now, blockchain does add some extra attributes of trust to the biometric, but by itself, you can use biometrics without blockchain at all. And the best example is the smart gate that exists today in Dubai. There is in its, you can say, third generation. The first generation was simply just a smart card with the fingerprint. The second one was a smart card with iris recognition and passport. The third one is a tunnel that is only in trial mode now. And you walk, not run, and you don't have to take the passport out of your pocket. That's it. You know, you walk a 2-meter tunnel, and with enough correct lighting, it is capable to read your iris through a high resolution camera, even while you walk, because the light conditions are good. And that's enough.
That's amazing.
That's enough to be your exit out of Dubai. And this is being used today. It's not in full production yet because there's, some, conditions that need to be addressed, but it works. And the technology has been pilot now for about, I would say about 6 months.
Yeah, the difference here, George, is that what blockchain brought into this is that a hacker cannot go and pick up by biometrics and put it that it is Sergey, his name. Yeah. And that is the difference because, yeah, biometrics are unique, but if it's associated with the name of someone and all the rest of the data, that could be hacked and changed by a hacker, right? Potentially, depends on where it is. But if it is within a blockchain, then those biometrics my biometrics are associated with my name, yeah, and every single other aspects. And that's the strength that was built on top of that, in my opinion. Yeah.
Well, they're associated with your name if at the time of capture, the information was captured correctly.
Correctly, yeah. That's another question. Yeah.
They're only as secure as the capture time, which means if they were captured wrong, meaning that when they capture your biometric, they associate the wrong name for whatever reason, it will stay in the blockchain, but the blockchain will be incorrect. So blockchain does not protect that feature. It simply you can say enhances the feature, but it does not protect it.
True, true. I mean, we know that the data can be captured throughout all the cycle, yeah, in the device, at transit, before it arrives to the blockchain. It needs to go through the whatever, you know, all the systems and processor then and memory, and all of these things can have different ways to change that data. But in the end, you know, it is the strength. Yeah, you're right. You know, it enhances that. It just gives a different perspective to the identity, which is a lot stronger, you know, than anything else that we can see at the moment. Look, I quite admire in Dubai that they've done this, to be truly honest. Never seen anything so advanced or read about it, you know.
You know, guys, how do I feel? Looks like it's going to be not should be an NFT. It should be snapshots of, I know, your various period of time, for example, once per year, and do that snapshot, and all these logs going to be stored in some blockchain, and you can ensure that all these points are come out with you personally, and this is the proof that it's you and no one else. Guys, I want to end up this event. If you want to add something, just go ahead.
Well, I would like to add one thing. I think really the power that NFT brings to the artists is not even just the fact that it's on the blockchain, is the fact that the NFT can have a smart contract attached with it, which allows you to have a series of rules that will enable an artist to collect royalties on some art that is being created. So you could get royalties based on when the art gets transferred to somebody else, or anytime the art gets played or viewed. So I do believe that this is probably one of the greatest assets of NFT vis-a-vis artists. So that means it will allow an artist to basically collect royalties on their created content without any middlemen. Now, this is only going to be possible when the platforms that play this art, in this case, for example, YouTube or web search engines or whatever content delivery mechanism is used, will actually automate the usage of this smart contract. So when those platforms start to actually be replacements for today's YouTube, we will go from an ad-based revenue model towards a smart contract-based revenue model without having two major companies, in this case, Facebook and Google, handle, I don't know, 70 or 80% of all the advertising traffic in the world, and basically controlling and monopolizing that industry. So it will allow now, is this going to happen tomorrow? I don't think so. Could this happen over the next 2, 3, 5 years? Yes, if the platforms to play this art become the day of life. And there's one example that I like to highlight, and it's just being beta, so it's called Rocky or Rocky.io, which is basically a platform to play music that DJs have created. And because it supports NFTs, when the DJs or the content that was created by these DJs or music artists get played, the artists will get whatever returns from the play of this content that they have created themselves. The new platforms that are able to become popular, it will enable a new generation of e-commerce for artists. But it needs to get traction, and this will take time.
Yeah. So to finish, yeah, I was looking at some of the things that are out there in terms of NFT platforms and so on, yeah, a while back. And let's not forget, and Dunstan can add to what I'm going to say because he's into it as well for a long time. it's I've been saying this is going for a while. You know, if you look at I don't know, atomic hub, yeah, I think it's called .io, for example. They've been going for a while. I think Atom started like in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. That's how far back it goes, you know. I mean, the idea and so on, you know. And then I think they went to EOS.io, wasn't it, when EOS came out and so on. They create Wax, the token, and all of that. It's been going for a long time. And I urge people just to go and look, you know, what these platforms there are there for a while. Yeah, they have been doing. And, you know, I think this is the key thing, to actually continue to evolve with NFTs and what we want to call NFTs, and not let people hijack, you know, what we call NFTs. And we've been talking about this for NFTs for a while, to call it something else, like they did in, you know, when they were putting the blockchain in front of a name, or everybody was putting the name or the word blockchain in front of something. It's happening. I said this 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm saying it again. Yeah. So going to look at these platforms is the first thing. Now, George touched base on something that it's actually part of the roadmap of Unicorn. Yeah. And it will reveal all next week. Okay. We're going to launch for sure next week. Okay. But I can tell you right now, we're creating a royalties protocol. Yeah. So George talked about the royalties. Yeah. If you see what's happening today in the marketplaces out there, yeah, there's no such thing as somebody has created a royalties protocol. We're already working on it. Yeah. Quite ahead, actually, you know. And the idea is that for every NFT that is sold, yeah, you make sure that the artist, this is at the core, yeah, you make sure that the artist gets a small percentage, and that is on the smart contract. Okay, so that NFT is going to give forever, every time it's traded, yeah, a small percentage to the artist that created that NFT. Forever, you know. So that's how you start to give more to the artist, because at the moment the artist goes there, sells it, the platform takes a cut, and every time then the new owner of the NFT sells it, the artist is gone. Yeah. Unless Dunstan knows of any other I couldn't find any marketplace that actually does that, you know, enables a artist to continuously earn a percentage every time the NFT is traded. Yeah.
Yeah, it's extremely simple. Actually, there are smart contracts that are already out there. You can find out on GitHub. Yeah, so it's not a tough thing to do. The tough thing is actually most NFTs.
Yeah, I know what you're going to talk about. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the tough thing is actually most NFTs are actually on IPFS. They are not actually on the blockchain itself. So it's not even data bits that's being stored on the blockchain.
Just to be clear to everyone, that doesn't talk about the image. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it need not be the image. It could be the asset that's supposed to be connected.
Yeah,
to
digital
it.
asset. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it could be a sound file. It could be something.
Yeah.
But the valuable thing is actually the smart contract itself, the unique hash of the smart contract that represents something. That's actually the true value of an NFT. How you want to package it, or like, I know different people are using it in all sort of retarded ways already, but the original use of the NFT is still that unique smart contract on its own. That's it. So how you're going to utilize it is up to you. It's up to your creativity. So that's the valuable part, actually.
Cool. Thank you, Dunstan. Yeah, you have finished. Looks like yes. Alexei, Kirill, maybe you want to add something, Rico, maybe you too, because yes, we are really a little bit get tired. Over 1 hour, we're talking about this NFTs is all about everything about, but what I see in real value of it, by the words of the Fernando, that the now creators, the designers can rely not only human word, producer word, that you have to be benefit from your creation it relies on the machine, it relies on the smart contracts, it relies on the algorithms, and it cannot be somehow from anyone changed or I don't know, or confused, and that's the point. George, yes, I see you have to go. We are going to finish now. Alexei, your turn. Yes, on the final word.
Okay, guys. I think that was just the beginning of the long talk about NFTs, and certainly today the figures surprise us. You remember the Beeple art that was sold at Christie's for $69 million, and it's the NFT product. So I think both NFT tokens will rise, and that's an idea for Sergey. Next time we can discuss the possibilities to earn on the growth of NFT tokens. So the special meeting for those where to invest, how to earn, how to get profit from NFT tokens, and so investors talk, NFT investors talk. The other direction can be NFT for arts dealers. We can invite maybe someone from their industry who can share the thoughts about how they benefit from NFT tokens right now from their side, how the industry can benefit not only from technology side, from investor side, but from the point of view of art dealers. How can they become more efficient using NFT technology? So that was one of the first talks about that, and let's go on and meet next time discussing this theme. Yep.
Cool, Rico. Just finish
I'll just
it now because it really
wrap up for today. I think the NFT discussion was very interesting today. As a conclusion, I believe that a lot of opportunities in creating new services and products and a lot of unicorns around NFTs as a product. And I think the key word here is how creative you are in using the smart contract and automating things and value adding, making it more efficient and, convenient for everyone to use this as a tool to digitize assets with value. I need to add the word value, because we have to do something that value adds to our life. And I think using NFTs and the smart contracts and the technologies and tools around it will definitely change, the way we look at the digital assets moving forward. And it's going to benefit the whole world if we can store everything we want in a wallet or e-wallet. And regardless in the future, whether the phone is still a physical phone, or it could be just another transparent devices that you can just pull it off like Matrix. It's still a storage of a system digitally, and that will be convenient for us to use it. And the way humans interact with it will change the way we transfer assets moving forward. So that's how I view the future, where in the next, I don't know how many years later, the way we interact and the way we transfer assets will be much more convenient because of this sort of innovations. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Looks like cutting edge of technologies happening right here, because we are designing and creating all of this with our think tank minds and bright minds over the globe. I see all of you here today, and every time all of you are welcome. Guys, looks like this world cannot be not digitalized. It's already should be happen somehow, and we have to find the right way to do it. Thanks a lot. We'll see you again next week on NFT Talks. See you. Bye-bye. My pleasure to have you.
Thank you, guys. Speak soon. Bye.